Every day is Christmas. Yes, we take one day a year where we spend weeks before hustling and bustling, going about buying presents and gifts for everyone, cooking, making pies and cakes and cookies to get ready for Christmas. Well, what is Christmas? Well, Christmas is perhaps one of the most important days in the human kind. Because on Christmas Day, historically, 2,000 some odd years ago, humanity was graced with divinity. God became man. Emmanuel, God is with us. And on that early morning of Christmas Day, in a stable far away, an event occurred. A teenage woman, Mary, gives birth to her son, incarnate of the Word, Jesus the Christ. He's born in the lowliest of circumstances. Here he is, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And where is he born? He's born among animals. He's born in a stable, the lowliest of places. He couldn't even find room in an inn. And here he is, adored by his mother and his father, and kept warm by the sheep, the goats, the mule, and the cows. This is the God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Creator of all, who saw it so important that he had to become one of us to save us, because the Father's love was so great for us, it could not be replaced by anything else. And because of the result of original sin, that unity that we had before creation with the Father had been destroyed and distorted. And the only way we could be saved, and the only way we could be reunited in heaven, was if the gates of heaven were reopened. And this baby in the crib was the solution to that problem. This baby in a crib, lowly, helpless, humble, would grow up to be crucified, suffer, and die, that we could have re-entrance back into heaven. Yes, Christmas is a scene of peace, of humility, of loveliness. It recalls in us the child, the simplicity. It calls in us the joy that we have when we see an infant. And this is what Christmas is about. It's about taking these simple things of life and putting them into perspective. Now, Jesus came on Christmas Day historically, but Jesus comes again. He comes again every single day into our lives, if we let him. Or are we going to be like the innkeepers who turned away Jesus when Joseph and Mary came and said, "We need lodging. I'm about to give birth, and I need someplace to be where it's safe." And Jesus comes to us every day, and he asks us, will we open the doors of our life to let him come in and be born in us? He comes to us in the Eucharist, in the form of bread and wine. He comes to us in all the little things that we see in our life in the day. All the goodness, all the love that is around us. This is Christmas. It's not Christmas 2,000 years ago. It's Christmas now. It's Christmas Day, today. And it's every day, whether it's in May or September, or whether it's in February or in March. Doesn't matter, because Christmas is now. Because that's all we have. We only have now. When God came and Moses said, "Who are you?" He said, I am who am. He didn't say, I am who was. He didn't say, I am who will be. He said, I am who am. I am now. And that's all we have. That's all we have. We don't have a past. We don't have a future. All I can relate to is now. My past is pure memory and my future is hope. So what I do here now is to make Christmas alive today for me, with the hope that tomorrow will be better. Better in terms of my ability to be more like Christ, and I can go out and give to him all that he needs in those that I see around him. And then God will come again, and Christ will come again in the third Christmas, if you want to put it that way, at the end of time when we see the second coming of Christ. Christ promised that he would return. He would return in the glory of coming in the sky, and we would know him when he came at the end of time, to then separate the sheep and the goats, those who followed him and those who rejected him. So we really have three Christmases. We have the historical Christmas, which we celebrate once a year on the 25th of December. We have the daily Christmas, when we find Christ who comes to us at every moment of our lives. And then we have the second coming at the end of time. Christmas is an event that allows us to become the child in us. Oh, it's great to be a child. They're innocent. They're always curious. They're always enthralled by everything they see. There's a certain sense of innocence that Jesus saw in children. Jesus used to say, come to me, little children. And then he used to say to his apostles, become like little children, guileless, truthful. And that's what a child is. And that's what God calls us, because we are his children. We are the children of God. And he made us that way at our baptism. And that's what we want to be, is children. And the trouble is, we somehow grow up. And when we grow up, we leave behind all the childish things that we put up with. And we somehow become adults. And we forget the child inside of us. The child that's always there. The child that's curious, that's wondering, that's always asking for, why did that happen? This is the child that Jesus wants us to be every day, open and willing to let the wondrous things of our life come in and fill us. Not the stuff that the adults have. We got to learn to, again, be happy and to be joyful and to be open. That's the gift of Christmas. Christmas is a time when divinity became humanity. Christmas is a time when God descended on us and became one of us. Christmas is daily. It's through the graces of God that he comes into us. So don't let Christmas be something that's just a once-a-year event. Make Christmas a daily event, an event where you can say, Emmanuel, God is with us today.